Hey y'all, so it's a little after 3. Oh, I was watching Poker Face. It's still like, I think, I'm sorry, 4 or 5 episodes in this season. That still gotta watch. I think I was on episode 5 and then I ended up going to do something. I started it last night and I was missing parts or whatever, so I ended up starting it over today. So I finished it, and so now I'm on episode 6. Um, oh my God! Every time I get on this phone, I tell my husband I was gonna make lasagna today. I told y'all too, so I got to go in there and do that. I'm pretty sure the meat is thawed out now, so I'm gonna do that real quick. It does not take long at all. And then I'm going to make my mom's magic cookie bars. I'll probably be the only one to eat them because my husband doesn't like walnuts. So and it's the only one that she taught me. That's the only whatchamacallit to put on them. So I've never seen her put any other, like I've never seen her put peanuts on them. Never seen her put almonds or pecans on them. Always walnuts. So that's what is going to be put on them. I got corn flakes because I could not find cornflake crumbs. If you find for cornflake crumbs, it's like even quicker to make these cookie bars. But since I got corn flakes, I got to crush them up so that I can make the crust. So yeah, I just been sitting here scrolling as usual. I got stuff to finish, and today is the second part of movie night for Love Island, so I want to have all this stuff done so I can chill and watch it. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do right now before I get even more tired. I'm also gonna make some lemonade with those leftover lemons. I think I got like 3 lemons in the refrigerator. I got some limes in there too. I don't know if the limes are good or not. I'm gonna have to check them. But yeah, I've been checking my little lemon seed to see if it has sprouted any roots, and it didn't sprout any roots. So I just like dampened the napkin that is wrapped in and put it back in the bag, and then put it back in the pantry. So I am determined to get some roots out of this seed so that I can start over my lemon tree. Other than that, yeah, I'm good. Very tired, but oh my God, yeah. Last night I took my medicine. I be forgetting sometimes to take one of them. Sometimes I forget to take 2 of them, but like the one that helps me see the magnesium is the one that's important. And sometimes I forget to take it, or it be like too late at night to take it. So I don't be wanting to take it because it takes a little while to like actually start working. So I be trying to take it at a certain time. So yeah. I can't remember. Did I take I don't even think I took my B12 today. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I think I put it on my uh, food chart or whatever I was calling it. Food log. All right, let me stop talking. I'll be back, y'all. Okay, y'all. So, I just put my lasagna in the oven. It's a little after 4. So now I am about to work on my, look at these biscuits. I'm about to put these in the freezer. I'm gonna put them in the freezer. I should have put the date on them, but I forgot. But they're going in the freezer. Okay. And then I have this cake left. I don't know what to do with. I don't know what to do with. Like, I feel like throwing it away because, like, once it starts bleeding up through the frosting, I feel like it's getting old and all of the moisture is coming out of it. It might not even be good. I'm gonna taste a little piece, but I'm gonna have to throw it out. That's why, you know, they don't be understanding. I don't be baking a whole lot because they feel like they want something baked, but it's like they don't be eating it. It gets wasted. I don't like that. All right, so starting my cookie bars. These are some cheap corn flakes that I got from the store. They were like $2 and some change. So I'm gonna make my own cornflake crumbs, which is the first thing that you do. I'm just eyeballing it because they are gonna be crumbs. So I'm just eyeballing. And then I have bananas, so I'll probably have like some cornflakes and bananas tomorrow for a quick and simple breakfast. We'll see. I always say, this is what I'm gonna do, and then all of a sudden something else pops in my head, or I just, you know, be like, yeah, I changed my mind. So, yeah, it's an option. I'll say it's an option. So this is what I have in the bag. I'm just going to crush them. I could use the mallet, but I just don't want to make so much noise. We're just gonna crush them. Now, because I have to do this by hand, these crumbs are not gonna be as fine as the ones that you can buy in the store. I can't believe that I could not find cornflake crumbs. They have to be there. I'm gonna have to go online and just like type it in and see what the box looks like. I know they gotta be there for people who, you know, just don't want to do it this way. It's crazy. Okay, almost there. I'm just gonna crush. Turn the bag around, crush some more. All right. And this is your cornflake crumbs. See how some at the bottom are a little more fine? All right, your next thing is to take some butter and melt it. I would put it in a bowl, however, I mean, not a bowl, in this cup, so I could just throw it away, but So I'm gonna use half a stick of butter. You see I have a whole stick and like a tablespoon or two, so I'm gonna use half a stick and that little couple tablespoons, but I think a half a stick is pretty good from what I remember, I believe. I don't think my mom used a whole stick of butter. I don't think so. But I feel like hell. If you want to, that's on you. Okay. I don't have any paper towels. I gotta go to the store. It won't be today though, probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna put it in that cup. I'm gonna put this in the microwave for a few seconds. And all right. I'm gonna cover up the bowl because I'm not trying to be cleaning so much. Like, what in the world? Okay, I put some parchment over it, put it in for 30 seconds. Alright. Let that go. And then we need to, I need a bowl. But I don't want to mess up a whole bowl. What I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna flatten out this bag a little bit. We're gonna pour this butter in here, and we're going to need a couple tablespoons of sugar to sweeten up the crust. So, one of these. That should be good enough. It's not a lot. It's really not for all of these crumbs. That's good enough. All right. So we got a couple tablespoons of sugar. And then we're gonna add this butter. To this bowl. And it is melted all the way down perfectly. I love that. What I could do is add the cornflakes and the sugar to this bowl that I melted the butter in. See, I'm all over. That's what we're gonna do. Because just my luck, if I would have poured that hot butter in there, it would have melted the bag and then been a whole mess. Like the lasagna almost was. I was sitting there trying to put parchment in the pan for the lasagna because I don't want to just put the food like straight on the pan. Sometimes I do, but if I don't have to, I don't want to. Or I don't if I don't have to. And so I put a lining of parchment on the bowl, on the pan, and then was going to start, you know, layering the lasagna. And the doggone sauce like fell between the pan and the liner. Just, ugh. Just messed up my whole anxiety, you know? So I kind of cleaned it up, or like I changed to another pan, and it ended up doing it again. I'm like, you know what? I'm not changing to another pan. So I just kind of cleaned it up the best I could and continued. Because like, what? Okay, so I'm mixing up. This is the crust with the sugar and the butter. All right, so that pan I was just talking about, I washed it. So we are going to put a line of parchment. This is the parchment that I just used to cover that bowl in the microwave. I'm gonna add a little bit more because it's not covering the whole pan. All right, and then we're going to pour this crust right here on top of the parchment, and we're going to spread it out all over the bottom of this pan. I'm going to get every last bit of this crust out. That little spoon, guess what? It's getting in those corners to get every last piece of crust out. All right. I got some dishes to do. Okay, we are going to spread this out. It's not showing you. You're looking at me. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. All right. We're going to spread this out. need me another one of those square, I call them brownie pans, because I feel like brownies are perfect in that square. I think it's like an 8x8 square pan instead of this one. This is like a 9x13, I think. So I'm just spreading it out as far as it'll go without being too thin on the bottom. Because when we start layering the other layers on top of here, you know, you need to have a sturdy crust. Okay, sturdy, yeah, okay. So you just layer it out, layer it out, layer it out. Kind of tap it. All right. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, we're gonna leave that there, just in case we need it. I'm gonna get rid of some of this excess paper. I don't want it to touch the oven, even though it probably won't do anything, but just to be safe. I'm letting this garlic bread thaw just a little bit, so when it's time to put it in, it cooks really fast, and then it'll be served. All right, so that's your crust. First thing you put on top of your crust is chocolate chips. Because once that heat hits that crust and starts melting that, or not, you know, having that crust ingredients go together, the butter, the sugar, then it's gonna start coming up and it's gonna melt that chocolate to the crust. So sprinkle on some chocolate chips. Not a whole lot. You don't wanna go crazy with the chocolate chips, but enough to where every bar that you cut will have chocolate chips, and a nice amount of them. Okay. That's good. And then I got like a little bit left. I don't know what I'll do with them, but that's that. Okay, now this part right here is what I always get confused with, because I can't remember if my mom put the coconut flakes first or the walnuts, because I feel like once you put if you put the walnuts on top, they might burn. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put the walnuts first. Did I say that? I think I said if you put the walnuts on top, that they might burn. I think that's what I said. If I didn't, that's what I meant. So I'm gonna put, I think my mom, I'm looking at it now, I think my mom would always put the coconut first and then the walnuts on top of the coconut. But I'm gonna do it this way, see how it works. No matter what, these are the ingredients. Okay, hopefully this works. Got a little bit of walnut left. These can go into some cookies. All right, and then coconut flakes. Coconut flakes. These are the walnuts, because I did not show. Put it together, Colette. These are the walnuts, chopped walnuts, and then sweetened coconut flakes. Sprinkle these. This is the reason why my husband does not like this. Mostly, I mean, he does not like the walnuts either, but I think he would be okay if I did not put coconut on it. But this makes it like, it just makes the dessert. I don't know why, but it does. Now, you will be probably spitting coconut for the day, but it's still good. It's still good. All right, and then the very last is a whole can of sweetened condensed milk. A whole can. So you just pop it and just pour it. Lordy. Is something wrong with this? Hold on, y'all. No, it says October 27. Uh-oh. Is that 25? Oh shit. This might be spoiled. Y'all, I need a can of condensed milk. I can't make this without it. I knew I should have got another can of condensed milk. Ugh. Raw and uncut, I tell you. So I'm putting this in a bag and it's going in the trash. I could have swore that date said 26 on it. I could have swore it did when I looked at it. Okay, well, that's fabulous. Definitely gonna have to have my husband grab a few things before he comes home from work. All right, I'm gonna clean up. Yeah, leave. Always something. All right, I'm gonna cover this up because I will be finishing it. I did all of that. I'm finishing it. I'm gonna cover it up and send a message to my husband to grab me a few things from the store. Oh, this is so aggravating. Aggravating. Put my chocolate chips up in my bag. I think these nuts should be good, but I'm gonna put them in the bag too, because I'm safely sorry. Okay, well, that's aggravating, but it will be done. So I'll just come back when I get the can of condensed milk and show y'all that last step. Golly. I hate that. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to make some lemonade. I got 3 lemons. So just gonna cut these up, squeeze them, and add them to a Kool-Aid container. And that'll be that. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So aggravated. God. So I was going to get myself this electric juicer. I think it's like $13. It probably went up now. I think it's in my Amazon cart. I think I might get it because, I mean, I can still use this, but you know what I mean? Like, work easier, not harder. You know what I mean? So this is what I use to make my lemonade. Cut them up and I just squeeze them on here. All of the seeds, you know, are in there and you just pour the juice off. But with that juicer, I believe it'll like make the seeds go somewhere else, I believe. I'm not sure how it works. I'm gonna have to see if there's a video. But yeah, that's what I'm about to do. And I will come back on here and show y'all that last step when I get it. I'm so annoyed. All right, I'll be back. Hey y'all, so I had just recorded a video and I just deleted it because I instead of saying that, so I'm watching Poker Face And the episode I'm watching is about this baseball team that ends up like throwing these games because they betted against themselves to win money and all this type of stuff. But then um, they ended up replacing the pitcher with somebody else so that they could actually win the games. They wanted to stay losing the game so they can, win this money that they betted against themselves for. And so they ended up putting something in the chewing gum of the new pitcher. And I had said, like, yeah. So, anyways, I had said the name of what they had put in the gum. And I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. So they put something in the gum to where it made this pitcher extra strong, extra fast when throwing his fastball or whatever and all this type of stuff. So it messed up their whole just plan. And so when they ended up winning the game, they had to go try to find the evidence of what they had did to make this boy arm so much stronger and so much, just throwing the ball fast as I don't know what. And he ended up finding out, or like he, noticed that, he was feeling a little weird or whatever. And so he told the guy, he said, hey, I know what you're looking for, because the dude went up in the locker room trying to find it. And he was like, I know what you're looking for. And he was like, I want all the money that you guys are supposed to be winning. And if you don't, I'm going, I'm going to turn you in or whatever. So the dude was like, no, 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 no. We'll give you half because, everybody put in on it and their life savings and stuff and all this type of stuff. And he's like, no, no, no. I want all of it. I want all of it. So dude was walking away or whatever. And he was like, I'll let you know where you need to send the money or whatever. And the old dude ended up throwing his last fastball or whatever at this boy and knocked him out, or probably, I don't know. It didn't say that he was, but it made it seem like that. So now I'm like just trying to see what's going on. What's crazy is that the lady that is the star of the show, she has, I guess, an ability to be able to know when a person is lying when they're trying to explain something or whatever. And so she ends up, getting a job at this baseball field, being a ball girl. And, she's just sitting there eating or whatever. And the older guy or the older pitcher is like signing autographs and stuff. And she's like, what's his deal or whatever. And somebody, I don't know who the guy is or the lady is that's in the bleachers, but they like, I guess, know him very well. And they're like, oh, he's called such and such, and he's the main person or the pitcher or whatever of this team. And he, his stats and all this type stuff. And they're like, but something happened to where he couldn't throw a fastball anymore or whatever. So we've been like, down and losing games left and right or whatever and all this type of stuff. But I think he'll get it back or whatever. And so she's like, just like taking all the, info in. She's like, oh, okay, like that or whatever. She just, looking at him or whatever and all this type of stuff. And she just, taking it in. But when dude said, I think he'll get it back, she's like, huh, bullshit. So I don't know if she was saying that the dude was full of shit for saying that, or if she could look at dude and really, see for herself that dude ain't got it no more or whatever. I don't know what that bullshit was, but she usually said that she could tell bullshit, a mile away or real quick or whatever. So I think she was probably saying that dude really don't believe that he gonna get his ability to throw another fastball. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And they're about to find I think they're about to hold on. I kind of went backwards and then went forward and went backwards. Right now, where I'm at is, I believe they are about to find the dude. Probably on the floor or whatever, getting hit by that fastball in the back of his head. I don't know. But her investigative whatever mind is about to start going and putting everything together. It's just so funny because like she's like, they got her this character. She sounds like she's from Jersey. She sounds like she's one of those, I don't want to, I don't know how to say it, but she has that East Coast type of talk that she does. And then the way she walks is like one of them little, it's kind of little rock back and forth, but like at the same time, like a mobster type of, it's so, I cannot explain it. You have to see it. It's called Poker Face. So, whenever y'all see it, this is redhead girl. Excuse me. You'll know right away. But her voice is just like, it's raspy, and then it's like she has like a vape, because she says she stopped smoking, but she's just moved on to vaping or whatever. It's just so crazy, so crazy. But she's like, it's just her quirkiness with like calling people out, but at the same time like doing it in a way that is like, they're like, they don't know how to really take her. Like, they don't know if they should take her serious or if she's just like guessing or whatever. It's just crazy, but it's a good show. It's a very good show. Little Rel was in the first season. He was in one of those episodes. That episode was pretty funny. So, all right, I'm gonna get back to it, and yeah, I'll be back. All right, y'all see the difference between this and the other can of condensed milk? All right, so here we go. I just want to cover up all of the ingredients, and then we're going to put it in the oven for 25 minutes uncovered. All right, this is what it is. I'm going to get a spoon and get all of this out, and then we're going to put it in the oven, and I'll be back. All right, y'all, got my garlic bread and my piece of lasagna. I'll probably have another piece when the other garlic bread is done. I put some more in the oven. So yeah. All right, y'all, I'm done eating my dinner. Oh, excuse me. I'm about to go check on my cookie bars. My husband said exactly what I thought about the coconut. He was like, ugh, all that coconut on there. So yeah. So I'm about to take them out the oven, and they have to be completely cool before you cut them. Hold on. I'm gonna change the camera around. This is what they look like when they are done. That nice brown edge. That's how you know all the condensed milk has disappeared. All right, so cover them up so that they can cool all the way. Turn the oven off, so they should be ready by the time it's time to watch the second part of Love Island. So yeah, that is what I cannot wait for. I got my popcorn ready. I got my cookie bars done. So I had me a nice little smorgasbord of snacks to watch the second part of Love Island because it's gonna be a doozy. The first one was a doozy, but this is gonna be something else because they haven't even scratched the surface of what I think KC and Sincere was doing, so, or saying. So yeah. Oh my goodness. And probably Corbin too. So yeah, it was just so funny how Sincere was just going to bat for KC and talking about this and that and all this stuff, and then doing the same thing, talking about something, I'm not talking to you and all this type of stuff or whatever. But then as soon as they showed the clip of him, it was like, ooh, he was just sitting there like, oh my God, oh my God. KC too, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what? You said what you said, both of y'all. Y'all said what y'all said and kept saying stuff and kept saying stuff and kept saying stuff. Like, I'm not understanding. If you have seen the show and then you go on the show, you should already know what it's about and what they're going to do. You get that much in the moment of being on TV that you forget what they do on the show? How? So yeah, can't wait to see this. But finish watching Poker Face, or at least this episode, because by the time I think this goes off, it'll be time. And my daughter says she's gonna call me so we can watch it on the phone together. So, this episode of Poker Face seems to be about a guy who really wants to be I don't know if it's a producer or a writer, screenwriter, I think. He wrote all these scripts, I guess, or whatever. Has his friend read them or whatever to tell him what he thinks about them. And the friend was like, yeah, I really think that they're really good writes, and you need to go to, LA to get yourself established and what's the word? Get sought after or whatever, you know what I mean. So he's like, yeah, maybe, but I just don't know if it's good enough. Maybe I need to write another one or whatever. He's like, dude, really? Hold on, y'all. So I don't know if it was like already supposed to happen, but the friend is his manager, and he ends up firing his friend, and like almost like in a way of saying, I'm firing you. This way you can go to LA and, get yourself out there so that you can, have your dream or whatever. And he's like, what? He's like, don't fire me and then try to make it seem like it's a good thing that you're firing me so that I can go do this. Like, if you're going to fire me, just fire me, And so the dude is, mad or whatever and all the stuff. He just got fired. He goes out and he's like about to leave. And he sees this guy like putting like all these big screen TVs on this cart, knowing good and damn well he ain't finna buy him. And so he pretty much was like, look, I just got fired. If you want to, get away with this, go such and such, whatever. And dude's looking at him like, okay. And so dude was like, you know what? Let me buy you a drink or something like that, whatever. They end up at a bar or whatever, talking about, what goes on with operations, I guess, at the store. And so the dude ended up telling them, on such and such day, the armored truck come and it's about this much in the safe and blah, 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 blah. He's like, dude, why don't you go ahead and help me, uh, take this place. And dude is sitting there like, no, I don't want nobody to get hurt and all this stuff. He's like, nobody's going to get hurt or whatever. We're just going to get the money or whatever. So he ends up going with him to go do it. I don't even understand, like, why? Like, how that quick you end up doing something that is life-changing for you in a bad way. But he ended up going with this dude to go do this, and then come to find out his friend that was his manager, lives there or sleeps at the doggone store. So he put extra money that the other guy don't know about in his locker so he can come back and get it later. And while he was doing that, here comes the friend like, what are you doing here at this time of night? He got a whole mask on. He's like, and why do you have a mask on? He laughing at him and stuff. So then he lifts up the mask and he's like, okay, I know this looks bad or whatever, and blah, 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 and all this stuff. The other dude comes behind and takes the friend out. Just nothing whatsoever. No hesitation. Just pop. Took him out. And he's like, dude, that was my friend. You said nobody was going to get hurt. He's like, look, I'm going to go get rid of this. You clean up, and we're going to get up out of here. I'm like, what the fuck? Dude, what have you got yourself into? That quick. And so with the friend gone, the manager who fired him, who's to say that he's fired now? So he goes back to work the next day just to see, what's going on and stuff, and what's, being talked about or whatever and all this stuff. They made it look like this guy, the manager, took the money and left. And so now, that lady who's the star of the show is now, she is a DoorDash person. Before the takeover happened, the manager was like every night calling this place where she DoorDashes for, and ordering food, and then even started asking them, hey, is such and such there working today? Is such and such working there? Can you have her deliver it, So he found an interest in her, and she's just looking like, what? Like, I'm just delivering food. So, so now it's at the part, it's like, I think it's flicking back and forth, maybe, but it's at the part now where the guy, that was originally fired is back at work, and he's just like, I guess, listening around to see what people are saying. So I'm sure the girl is going to end up, doing her little investigative skill thing that she does, and find the truth of what happened to this guy. All right, so I might not come back after this. This might be the last, I don't know if I'm going to upload this tonight or tomorrow, but I'm definitely trying to upload one from, I believe, yesterday. So, all right, I'll be back. See y'all on the next one or whatever, and peace out.